So I know we said we were done with Jace decks, Jace in the main decks, but this deck has Mox Opal and Pentad Prism, so like we can ramp into Jace, so I think that gives us an exception. This deck looks fun though. Got the old one mana counter spell here basically. Why are we trying to well, they've restricted Mentor in Vintage, so naturally the only other place we can try it is Modern. Because Legacy has too many Deathrite Shamans, so we can't do there. I agree that this deck looks like it has a touch too few lands. We're gonna see how this plays out. So I watched the Seismic Loam deck we streamed, and now all I want to do is some Temur Loam. I mean, alright. Alright, this hand looks pretty good. Hand looks like a Dece plus. Got a couple of lands, got a Mentor, it's got a Bauble. I think a Full Grim with the 6-month tier 1 sub resubscription. Half a year, welcome back. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. You guys want to opt on one, right? Rather than play this Relic. Although if they're like a Goyf deck, I guess because I hit the Pentad Prism, I'm going to go ahead and lead on Relic of Progenitus here. I think if I didn't guaranteed have Mentor on 3, I'd wait. Stream Decker works right now. I just checked it and looked like it was working. I know occasionally they have bandwidth issues, but it looked like it was working today. So because I'm not desperate to find anything in particular, like we have all of our lands lined up, I'm going to hold on to this Mishra's Bauble for now, so that we can go Pentad Prism on 2 into Mentor Bauble Opt on 3 and like get a bunch of triggers right away. Overgrown Tomb. This Relic's probably going to work overtime against an Overgrown Tomb deck. Yes, so from my understanding, and this is one of the reasons why I accepted it as an advertiser, because I don't think I would have advertised something like, I wouldn't have advertised Puka Trade with how terrible they ended up being. So Card Sphere, basically, they're a Puka Trade-like system, but your points will essentially always have cash value because you can cash them out at any point. And rather than inflating their system basically by paying people in points, the only thing they do is take money out of the system by taking a 1% fee on all transactions that happen through their website, which seems reasonable. Every service you use for exchanging Magic cards takes some kind of processing fee, and a 1% fee is actually pretty low compared to what a lot of places like TCG Player or even eBay charge you. Not quite sure what the opponent's doing. Could be some kind of Sultai mid-range deck. Could be some kind of like Gift Sun Given Brew, like a Gift Sun Burial Rites deck perhaps, which again means this Relic's about to punch the clock and go to work. Thinking it's either of those things, this Relic's actually pretty good. Huh. That's a little unfortunate. I think that means I need to... Card Sphere is for paper cards. Card Sphere is a paper card exchange service. Go ahead and cast this Opt. Not in the market for engineering explosives, looking for a land. That's interesting. So if I wouldn't, that's actually something to think about. So like usually you want to like use your artifacts really aggressively in a deck like this, but the fact that I have Metallic Rebukes in my deck actually is punishing me for having activated this Relic of Progenitus, because I could Metallic Rebuke this and keep my Pentad Prism on the table here had I left the Relic up, which is interesting. So hopefully we draw land here. Another Bauble. I'll go ahead and cast this. So maybe they could be like loosely graveyard based with like Snapcaster Mages and stuff like that. They missed a land drop too, right? They were on the play. Yeah, they missed a land drop while they were on the play. They're a discard deck, so I don't want to activate this proactively. So I think I'm just going to pass the turn here and give myself 2 shots at a land next turn. I could play this other Bauble out, but like holding this Bauble is good with the Paradoxical Outcomes. It's also good for triggering my Mentor down the line. See what they have here. Might be Metallic Rebuking whatever they play. Coiling Oracle. They're missing land drops, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Oh, you know what? I could have bobbled them and found out if I wanted to counter that or not. That's funny. All right, they'd have missed. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate this, and then play this Pentad Prism out here. What's going on? You're dead. Put this into play and then pass the turn. I'm starting to be inclined towards the assessment of we don't have enough lands. This was probably accurate. Wow, that's brutal. Yep. Well, I mean, like, one of the things this deck has going for it is it's able to... What's the word I'm searching for? It's able to... That's awkward. It's able to, like, play Mentor and then immediately get value out of it. Is one of the things that we have going for us. Yeah, it's looking like it's some kind of traverse list, right? Maybe they have some kind of toolbox package, like they have Traverse or Eldritch Evolution, perhaps. These Paradoxical Outcomes looking pretty rancid. I think I'm end-step Snapcaster Maging here. Like, could you imagine if the Snapcaster Mage was just like a land? Like, we'd be in such an amazing spot if this was a land or a cantrip. Cousin Vin, with the 5-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Thanks for re-upping your support here. Y'all are the reason I'm able to keep doing what I do here. They could also be a collected company deck, but that seems difficult with as much removal as they'd probably want to be playing. We do know they have an Eternal Witness in their hand. Oh, it is a new week, isn't it? Welcome to the top of the bit leaderboard, Hilarious Max. Thank you for the bits. This deck would really like Gitaxian Probe, huh? Yeah, I think it's like Viper, Pathar Viper if we keep running missing land drops here. Third. My only time on the chart. Thank you for the bits, Full Metal Adept. They are, in fact, playing an Eldritch Evolution deck. Okay. I wonder if there's some kind of combo in their deck. It's a little brutal. I guess it's not really that brutal, right? It makes sense that they'd go get this, though. We definitely look like we're a combo deck, right? And I guess, in a way, we are a pseudo-combo deck. Oh, our deck has too few lands in it. I'm gonna path my Snapcaster in response to this attack, just in case they want to keep us from getting lands. They won't be able to attack with this. It needs to be printed in order to make Mentor really good in Modern. The format probably just has to slow down, is what needs to happen. So we have 2 for 1 by a Fatal Push. Feels bad, man. Nah, I don't even think Top would do it, honestly, Knight of St. Traft. Like, Top's another slow, clunky card. So a big part of, like, why Mentor's not good enough in Modern is that Modern's a very creature-based format, which means that people have lots of removal in their deck, which means a threat that basically needs 4 mana in order to get value out of it a lot of the time is going to be really slow and clunky. Hey, Aaron, 2 years of hysterical bliss. Thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Welcome back. They might just counter this, honestly. They're beating us down pretty quickly with 3 power. Hey, look, another 3 mana spell, another 4 mana spell. I feel like this league's gonna end very frustrated with very few land drops. I feel like if we lose 2 matches to not having lands, I'm probably not going to play a third. Yeah, these Snapcaster Mages, especially like these Snapcaster. Hey, Bob, thanks for the bits. These Snapcaster Mages, especially in conjunction with like these Relics of Progenitus, are like super awkward. We don't have that many things to snap back anyways, and our deck's just like super land light. They have another Eternal Witness, sure. I think a lot of people are hoping for unbans. I think just like the fact that we haven't had unbannings in Modern yet is pretty offensive. I'm just gonna concede. It's pretty bad. I should have thought a little bit harder about the mana before we started playing. I honestly need to double check. 17 land. I was like, it's a 2 mana deck. It's got a splash. I didn't actually count and see that we were on 17 lands. I guess Grafdigger's Cage is good here. This sideboard is really kind of weird. It's strange to me that like there's a bunch of one-of artifacts in our sideboard here when we don't really have a way to tutor for any of them. I'm just gonna cut these Snapcaster Mages because they're really slow and clunky. Honestly, Paradoxical Outcome is probably a little bit slow too. I don't really have anything else I want to bring in more, though. Yeah, but, like, Mox Opal doesn't really count as a land a lot of the time. Maybe, I don't know that more 3 mana spells is what our deck's looking to be doing. But we also really haven't played any games. Like I said, when it comes to like making large changes to a deck, I usually don't like to do that without having played games with it first. So, like, we haven't played any games. I want to try and get a feel for like what the person that built this deck was doing with their. Hey, Defera 00. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that, as always. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. So thank you for that. Welcome. Yeah, but like Rogue in the opposite defense, even if we had kept those Pentad Prisms, we were still mana hungry, right? Like we were going to have burned through those Pentad Prisms and probably not realistically have mana for our Monastery Mentors or for our Paradoxical Outcomes. So even if the Prisms had survived, we still would have been left pretty mana hungry. Yeah, like the Snapcasters just have like a low number of targets. No, I want more lands is my first bit. Or more cantrips. Like, maybe if you only wanted to add, like, 1 more land, you could play, like, Serum Visions as a way to, like, actually find them consistently. It seems fine. Like, not super exciting, but fine. I like that Pentad Prism allows you to go Monastery Mentor into 0 into Opt in response to removal spells. So like being able to generate 2 tokens guaranteed seems really powerful to me. Handing him the market for Rebuke. I honestly, the way the way Modern is as a format, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Mentor is just not a playable card in it. Similar to how Dark Confidant is much better in Legacy than it is in Modern, just because there's so much less removal. I think just like the context of what Modern is as a format isn't very friendly towards a card like that. Do they have Court of Callings in their deck? Do they have Court of Callings in their deck? Color me intrigued. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and Bauble here. And I think I'm just gonna draw 2 with this PO at the end of their turn. I can even Metallic Rebuke plus PO here. That's not true. Dual lands cost way more money than Modern decks, but I'm actually on my third screen over here. I've got this other matchup, and I'm playing against myself currently. Expose Fan 94 is my alt account. You can get 500 bits for $1. That's an insane deal. I would like to pick these up, please. We can even counter their counter here. All right, so I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play these Baubles out, and then I'm gonna cast this Pentad Prism. And so, like, look at this. Like, our deck's pretty mana hungry, right? Like, we've hit 4 lands, 5 lands, and we're gonna use all of them, basically. Notion Thief. The deal is too good to pass up. K. Smith, thank you very much for the 500 bits. I do appreciate that. For context, if you've been thinking about donating to the stream, 500 bits is $5 to a streamer, so you can spend $1 to send me $5 effectively. Fancy Penguin, thank you for the bits. That was an Ocean Thief. Okay. They have another one of those, we could be in trouble. Put this towards your choice, my friend. Thank you for the bits, Apprentice. Glen Alendra Archmage. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I can't cheer for my own channel, right? I'm pretty sure I can't cheer for my own channel. Bit badge, please. Mix Masha Haggis. Thank you very much for the bits. I do appreciate that. It's like going to the bank. Do I want to draw with this? I probably don't, since I have this PO. So if I put this into play tapped, next turn I can PO twice. So I can PO, they'll Glenelender me, and then I can PO again while the Glenelender's in the discard pile. Is the bit badge monthly or bi-weekly? The bit badge stays with your account permanently, I believe. It's how much you've cheered total on the channel. And it just kind of accumulates the more you cheer. Hey, it's Lethal with the 3-month tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate that. Does Twitch have a link to the bit sale? Did they post a thing? Because I kind of want to tweet about that. How have they not posted about that? Hey, I mean, 5 for $1. I'll buy that for $1. Always enjoy the memes. Keep it up. Thank you, Eve Zhao Long. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, there goes my Pentad Prism. Thank you, Fancy Penguin, for the bits. After watching lots of video on YouTube Live and becoming a better Magic player, thanks for having good insight. Thanks for the tip in the comment, Baggins. Huh, this kind of sucks. Because, like, if I PO now, my opponent's going to get to Glenelendra me, and then they'll get to Glenelendra the next one. But, like, I have to just, like, get through the Glenelendra, basically, right? Thanks for the memes and the dreams. Quest of. Thanks for re-upping that Twitch Prime subscription. 2 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. As always, my subscribers keep me doing what I do here. Yeah, I mean, if they hadn't had the Reclamation Sage, though, I would have been able to double Outcome next turn, because I could Outcome again in response to the first one. More bees, please, Jujuga bees. Thank you for the 23-month resub. This is my chance to be the weekly bit leader before Justin and Project Swap show up. Wannabe Beetle, thank you very much for the bits. 4-4 in the mine of the GP, 4-1-1 inside events. Got a box of rivals. Can't wait for Nominaria. Pythrion, I'm glad your side events went well. My everyone's having a good Monday. What are you supposed to do here? Am I supposed to start cracking these stupid bubbles? Nah, probably not. I'm probably supposed to PO here, right? Probably supposed to PO during their upkeep. Our deck heard our complaints about wanting to draw lands and has given us all of the lands this game. Well, I'm just not working on the deck anymore until Damping Sphere releases. We're not playing Blurred Prison again on stream until after Dampening Sphere is a card that we could have. I'll let him be number 1, but I'll take number 2. Just James KS. Thank you very much for the cheers. I do appreciate that. I assume Glenelendra's going to counter this. Maybe they're just going to let me draw 2. I should have fetched in response here, just in case they let this resolve. I really don't want to draw more lands. What's the point in outcoming during their upkeep versus their end step? So this way, if my opponent wants to sacrifice the Glenelendra, they have to use the blue mana right now. So that way, they have 1 less mana through this turn cycle. I keep getting all these sweet decks from your channel, but I will always be a Robo Boy. Thanks for all the content. Thanks for the bits, Pythrion. Oh, we didn't draw... We didn't draw any more lands. We got that going for us. Hopefully we draw a Monastery Mentor next turn and just get to go ape shit. We get to go this. Although they probably have removal So we'll probably only get one trigger, but we can dream. Return any number of non-land, non-token permanent controllers. Oh, we can protect it with Paradoxical Outcome, actually, but they have Glenelendra. All right, what do they got here? This is going to be an evolution. They're evolutioning for a 5 here, okay. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? A second Glenelendra Archmage. I don't know that we can win anymore, chat. I don't know if winning the game is an option any longer for us. I guess these baubles technically can trip, right? Yeah, maybe can win with Mentor if they don't have removal in their hand, but they pretty likely have removal in their hand, right? She looked at me like I had 3 heads. Yeah, I definitely use TCG vernacular in casual conversation. Remember that time I boarded out Snapcaster Mage? What an idiot. Yeah, I think this is the first time I've ever seen double Glenelendra in Modern before. I should have done this during their upkeep so I could get information about the card they were drawing for the turn. Small missequencing on my part. We're going to crack both of these trying to draw a couple of cards, but honestly, I think we're just... Yeah, I'm just going to move to the next match. We're pretty dead here. Pretty dead here. Let's try a second take. So, stumbled and died in the first game there. Low land card's going to do that to us more often than not. Then flooded a little bit in that second game. But honestly, even if we weren't flooded, the Glenelendra is going to be hard to beat through. Glenelendra is going to be hard to beat through. I wonder if there's some kind of requirement for you to get the cheap bits on Twitch. It makes sense that there was a requirement. People can just like make a bunch of new accounts and get them. Figured out how I could watch ads for bits. Now I could finally get my 3rd badge. Thank you, Nathan. It wasn't even that punishing waterfalls. It was that we just like didn't have enough stuff going on, right? How did your Grand Prix go, by the way? I know you were playing the prison deck at it. Any good beats? Any bad beats? Any takeaways? You need Twitch Prime, I think. Oh, that would make sense. It's a Twitch Prime discount. Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna tweet about that. Just to be at the top for once, throwing in something sweet in the queue. Thank you very much, Niviki. I appreciate the 1,500 bits. So I played some of the Blue-Eyed Prison deck and managed to Chalice on 1, 2, 3, 4 at the same time. It's Twitch Prime. Okay, perfect. Trying to make sure I was accurate with you. This hand is terrible, right? Sorry, back to the game that we're playing. My only cantrip is this Relic. I don't have Mentor in my hand, so like... not a whole lot going on. Turn 3, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Hand is literally unbeatable. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for Sphere as well. I actually tweeted a deck list and posted some ideas in the subs Discord today. Android, thanks for the bits, bud. I appreciate it. Haha! Nice Inquisition. Can't take my powerful Planeswalker with that one. What's going on, Yuki Hall? Yeah, I'm on a little bit early today, but usually I'm on every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon / evening. Hey, Adamain. Thank you very much for the 12-month Twitch primary subscription. I do appreciate that, as always. Subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here, so thanks a lot for keeping me going. Yeah, JMP, I had people push modern decks up again. I'm planning to do Legacy tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing Legacy for sure. I'm doing Legacy tomorrow. We'll be overlapping the Modern Super League for part of it anyways, so might as well... What's the word I'm searching for? Might as well, oh, my brain is farting. Might as well do some Legacy since other people will be watching Modern on the other channel. Amped Phil! Thank you for the 510 bits. Thank you everyone for cheering today. I know there's a lot of excellent streamers out there, and I appreciate all y'all putting your bits towards my channel. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do this full time now. It's kind of wild. I really do appreciate that. Engineered explosives. Okay, so here's an interesting question. What should we put the explosives on? Do you think the explosives should go on 1 or 2 here? Because I want the explosives in play so I can Mox Opal into Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn. Please add this fresh democracy to the Stompy list. Also, any thoughts on adding the new 3-mana 5/4 to that list? I don't... Oh, that card? The Stompy...
No.
Declan Scott.
Declan, get upstairs.
We've been invaded by a monster, chat. We've been invaded by a tiny toddler monster.
He is being such a brat.
He can hang out until he's alone. I'll evict him myself. All right, so this game. So I don't want to put it on 0 because that'll blow up my... I don't have any green water. Mom's got green water upstairs. You're adorable. If you're loud, I'm gonna evict you. Last warning, and I'm gonna run you upstairs. It's like, we refer to him as Declanese. It's like a dialect of English. It's like a dialect of English. Is Declan's middle name for many relatives? So my middle name is Scott. So Jacob's middle name is Jeffrey, and Declan's middle name is Scott. So Jacob has my first name for his middle name, and then Declan has my middle name for his middle name. I watched an ad for 5 bits. That's like $6 an hour, and I don't get any of it. Thank you, Andrew. Yep, pending no disruption, we do have Jace next turn. Oh, speaking of, someone linked me an updated Stompy list. The person that donated for it. The new 5/4 is like just better than Leatherback Baloth in that deck, basically, right? We did add a new sponsor, so Cardsphere is now sponsoring the stream. What a shocker, Jace did not get rebanned. Someone asked for, or JMP also asked for my opinion on the no ban list changes. I really would have preferred if they unbanned some stuff in Modern, but I'll take no changes over unbanning. So I'm not sure that we really necessarily need to get rid of anything. Jace the Mind Sculptor, you say. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my brainstorm in here. My opponent's not playing a Lightning Bolt deck, and they could have something like a way to exile him. I'm gonna hide this Paradoxical Outcome, I think. I'm gonna hide this Paradoxical Outcome so they can't Thoughtseize it away. I'm gonna go ahead and play out this Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, a watch list would be ideal. A watch list would be ideal. No, this is a turn 3, Jace. It's way better than turn. It's way better than that. We're going to draw a bunch of cards next turn. We're going to draw a bunch of cards. Your sub did auto-renew. Sweet. Right? The legacy ban list is kind of... Dude, Dorko, I'm gonna send you upstairs with your mother.
Oh. Any cards?
We're playing a card game, yep.
Let me just pick card game.
Oh, I was busy talking to Declan, and I actually messed up here, and this mess up's kind of important. Nah. I definitely could have... Okay, Declan. Up you go.
No, Daddy, up there?
Yep, we're going upstairs.
Is that going to go there too?
Yep, Dad's taking you up. Got you loud. You're staying upstairs. Sorry about that. Needed a gremlin eviction. So... I'm probably just Jace storming here, right? Never not Jace storming. Man, Metallic Rebuke is... God, we're going off this game. It's kind of sweet. I like getting to do our thing. I'm gonna hide the PO again here. We can path the Gideon. We could also Metallic Rebuke here, which is sweet. There is literally a gate that keeps him upstairs. You have a 5/5. Come at me, bro. Sorry, Chad. We're sending you back from whence you came. Send Chad back from whence he came. Next on Judge Judy, Hoogle Dad evicts his young son. Get out of here. Thank you for the bits, Fancy Penguin. We gotta have the kids, like, cameo on occasion so we can get use out of the loud emote still, right? That's another PO. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast this for 0. So tap like this, pick all of these up. All right, there's some Monastery Mentors. So, I think I want to wait a turn, right? I could go explosives, Opal, land, Mentor, Bauble, and trigger it. I guess I'm gonna have to discard if I don't do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna play these Baubles out and then play the Opal. Yeah, Karn seems sweet. I think Karn's gonna be a good card in Modern. Card seems like reasonably powerful. I'm expecting they're gonna kill this Mentor in response to this. I'm expecting the Mentor to die in response to these triggers. Either via Fetch, Fatal Push, or Path to Exile. Yeah, we don't want to discard. I concur with that. Yeah, I do. I think Karn could be a reasonable grindy style card, similar to the Master of Ethereum slot. It might be more reasonable in the sideboard than anything. I'm gonna go ahead and plus Jace, look at my top card. Most of their cards are probably bad at this point, so yes, put that on the bottom of my deck. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll see, JMP. I already have a few in the queue for people that donated for things with Moxes and Damping Spheres and stuff in them. Like, Karn's the type of card in Affinity that could really allow Affinity to, like, grind out a deck like Jeskai Control nicely, because, like, a 4-mana Planeswalker that, like, ticks up to... What's it called right away? That, like, ticks to however big it is pretty powerful. I think I'm just gonna let Jace take this hit and go to whatever here. There, you gotta Gideon. All right, so I'm gonna start by shocking this in. I think I want a Jace Storm to start, just like get the most cards in my hand here possible that I can cast right away. All right, one Metallic Rebuke is probably plenty. I'm gonna throw probably Engineered Explosives on top of my deck. All right, so let's go ahead and cast Mentor. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Engineered Explosives. Yeah, the black is exclusively for explosives. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Two surgical on the board with all the cards I discard. No, I don't think that's very good. I'm not sure, like, what problem are you trying to solve by adding that to the deck, basically, is the question. I'm not sure that there really is one that you're solving. Are we gonna get, like, Wrath of God next turn? There's a deck list on your screen. I'm pathing this token so I can use my monk to kill their Gideon here. I have Metallic Rebuke in case they want to fight about it. And this way, if they wrath me, it's going to be like my Jace versus their nothing. Then we just need like a Snapcaster or a PO to like draw most of our deck. Hey, LQ. With the $5 donation, is that for the coin flip deck? What's better than winning by skill, winning by luck? Thank you very much. I'll get that into the queue tonight when we're all done. Yeah, right, JMP? Just like totally clueless. Alright, Rebuke. Tap a couple of these. They have double push here. I'll be a little sad that I was aggressive. You know, maybe I should have drawn, kept the other Metallic Rebuke in my hand. Was the mistake? Because they should have two pieces of spot removal. The upside is if they don't have a second piece, if they do have a second piece of spot removal, that means they don't have a sweeper in their hand. And if they don't have a sweeper here, they're very, very dead, right? Yeah, the evolution deck felt really powerful last time we played it. We went 4-1, I think. And even if they have a sweeper here, like, it's still just like Jace View the World. Mithrilize seems sweet. Mithrilize doesn't trigger on artifacts though, right? Is it non-creature? Whenever you cast a non-creature, that's actually really sweet, actually. Mithrilize sounds like a really excellent addition to this deck. Mithrilize sounds like a really excellent addition to this deck. Like, this deck feels like it's probably going to struggle with ways when it doesn't have Monastery Mentor, and, like, that's like a pseudo-mentor, right? Damping Sphere, I don't know offhand. I don't know offhand, actually. There's Day of Judgment. All right, Jace. I think we're cracking these Mishra's baubles, right? Nah, I'm going to hold them for one turn. We get this opt plus a draw step plus a Jace Storm to hit a PO or a Snapcaster. So I'm gonna put this back, put this back. Thank you for the cupcake bit, Christy. I have 0 fetchable lands. That's fine. We just wanted to shuffle, right? It's a Snapcaster Mage, chat. Who's ready to draw some cards, chat? Who is ready to draw some cards? Oh, you know what? I should have done this on their turn, right? So that way I didn't have to discard. I should have done this on their turn so I didn't have to discard. This was a mistake. Small mistake was made. Did I already do this? I did already do that. All right, so let's replace some of these things. Let's replace some of these things. That's my favorite comment. People are like, why are you so loud when you stream? And it's like, do you realize that the only noise on my stream is me talking and there's a volume button on your screen? And if you click this volume button, it's wild. It's really strange. It makes the sound coming out of your computer quieter, including my voice. It's really strange, but you should try it sometime. Myth Realized is also a threat that would let us dodge like a Wrath of God, like your Day of Judgment like we just had happen. Sorin Grim Nemesis. Yup. Man, are we dead, chat? Are we? I just like didn't hold up Metallic Rebuke because I was like, well, Metallic Rebuke's not gonna counter anything relevant, right? Metallic Rebuke wouldn't counter anything relevant, right? Would never counter Sorin Grim Nemesis. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were made. Why didn't we pick up our Snapcaster Mage with the PO? Because I didn't think about it. That's definitely what we should have done. That's definitely what we should have done. In fact, I'm going to play these out. I'm gonna cast this Jace. We should have a grape shot, right? And then I think next turn, I'm actually going to Jace unsummon this. Put that on the bottom. Yeah, we're looking for another, what's it called? No, we're not playing Prison again until Dominaria releases. So I want Damping Sphere before we play the deck some more. We are 0-1 in this league currently. Hey, Skip Dash with the 5-month Twitch Prime resub. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for putting your Amazon fun money towards my channel again this month. Do you think we could build a red-green goblin deck that combos with Metallic Mimic and Murderous Redcap now that the goblins have a sacrifice outlet for red? That's really cute, actually. Huh. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. It also gives you infinite mana too, right? Not that you need infinite mana because you have infinite damage, but... Well, there's a PO, huh, chat? That's a PO. Okay, so... The problem here is they're going to get 2 draws at a sweeper. That's the problem. All right, there's a Monastery Mentor. So one could argue that we are about to be doing it. Thanks for the cheer, honey. Why are we still playing Magic? You've kept right? Well, they had a Wrath was the problem. They had a Wrath was the problem. Yeah, they do have to have a Wrath or they're very dead. That's true. Thank you for the Bitsweens. I'm gonna cast this. Opponent still hasn't auto yielded to these triggers. This is game 1 too, right? Yeah, I need to play a little bit faster. I'm down 3 minutes on my clock right now. Thankfully, my opponent is not auto yielding to these yet, so we're gonna catch back up here. I'm gonna play this out. Yeah, let's just cast some of these. We need to keep a couple for next turn. That's not even true, right? Because I have Path to Exiles and stuff. I like 3 Noxious Revivals in the list without any silences. If you're playing Silence in your main deck, you probably don't need that many Noxious Revivals. Alright, I'm just gonna discard these 2 Flooded Strands and pass the turn. Did I use my Jace? I don't know if I used my Jace there. I might have forgotten to use my Jace. I might have forgotten to use my Jace. God dang it. We're actually just dead. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Why would I rebuke and make them pay? Can we win the game anymore? I have a mentor left in my deck. I have a mentor left in my deck. Man, why isn't there a copy of... There's an Aetherflux Reservoir on our sideboard, right? There's no lands in our deck. Alright, so Snapcaster. There are 13 cards in my deck. Paradoxical Outcome. So I don't want to PO too many things, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I guess doing 9 things is fine, right? Yeah, sure. Put Thoughtseize in the bottom. No, you can keep that one. Please tell me there was a mentor in there. Fuck, the last mentor's in our bottom 4 cards. So we're dead. Shaz Doom. Thank you very much for the tier 3 resub. Welcome back. Make sure you drop me a line. Let me know what you want your donation deck for the month to be. Hey, Blackstar Quinn. Thank you very much for the 4-month tier 1 resubscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And I already used my Jace the Mind Sculptor. God, my sequencing was so sloppy here. Yeah, I should have waited on Jace. Yeah, there are a couple of sequences. This deck just doesn't have enough win conditions in it. Yeah, we're gonna play 1 or 2 more. I don't know that we're gonna finish this league. This deck's pretty miserable. Just like, it's really, it's just not enjoying myself. Knocks across with the 5-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Just like, doesn't have enough lands in it. It doesn't have enough win conditions in it. We're doing all right. This first deck's kind of a lame duck. Yeah. I guess, and like, I really hate, like, the sideboard is really awkward as well. Like, we have all these cards that are just like random one-ofs, like, also don't really have a way to find them. I want to play at least 2 matches with it, like, give it a fair shake. No, I definitely, like, had a small mistake that game where I could have waited on the Jace Storm and like maybe found the Mentor, but it could have also been the bottom card of our deck. Yeah, that's a really eloquent way to put it. It's basically an all-in combo deck, and the combo doesn't win the game the turn it happens, which makes it not particularly good. It's an all-in combo deck, and the combo doesn't win the game when you go off. We banned someone earlier. Oh. All right. We're also like, I don't think like even if we win this second game, I don't think this match is winnable from a time perspective. Oh, I should have boarded in the Aetherflux Reservoir. Yeah, that should have happened. We just talked about. Now I'm so off this. I'm sorry to whoever submitted this. Let's try one more match. I feel bad only playing 2 matches. But, like, that match was unwinnable from the fact that I only had 11 minutes left on my clock and I was going to have to win 2 games in it. This hand just doesn't really do anything. I mean, it says Optima Scry. I would love a second land. It's actually really good with a second land. We need to put this into play tapped. We need to go Pentad Prism on 2, into Mentor, Bauble, Opt on 3. I'm gonna get the Hallowed Fountain just in case they kill the Pentad Prism, so we still have white. I haven't actually put your bits towards anything yet, Niviki. I try not to manage the donation deck list too much midstream. Otherwise, there's just too much going on. I tend to update them afterwards. Looks like we're playing against Amulet Titan. So the good news is we should just get to linear them here, which is nice. Our hand's a pretty good linear hand. This bubble, huh. So this is interesting. Am I supposed to just engineered explosives for 1 here? Because they could Titan us next turn if I don't engineered explosives them for 1, right? I feel like I'm just supposed to EE for 1. Oh my god, I just misclicked that. We're off it. I'm off it. Yeah. I think we summarized how clunky this deck is. I definitely so to set the record straight and put everything above the table, not everything was played optimally. Playing a deck that's really weird like this for the first time, there's going to be little things that I missed, and we talked about a lot of the little things that I was missing as we were playing through. That being said, the decks like this, so we only have 17 lands, but we have 25 mana sources in this deck. So this deck, in a way, felt a lot like it had the same issue that I felt when I was playing Legacy Elves, which was we simultaneously have not enough lands because there's only 17 lands in our deck, but in games where we're actually playing Magic, we have too many lands because we just have 25 mana sources. So it's like a double-edged sword. We have too many and not enough. That first game against the black-white deck really kind of exemplified, like, this is not a good enough win condition. Like, it really showed just, like, why Monastery Mentor isn't a good card in Modern. Like, Modern's such a creature-based format that playing a really fragile, just creature-based win condition means that it's not going to get through your opponent's disruption a good portion of the time. And, like, we went through our entire deck and wasn't actually able to kill them. Yeah, it's trying to be, like, a vintage deck, but remember, powers of formats are contextual to the format. And a format like Vintage isn't very creature-based, so there's not a lot of removal in it. So when there's not a lot of removal in a format, a card like Monastery Mentor gets a lot better. Whereas like in a format like Modern, where there's a lot of very efficient removal, this 3-mana creature is very clunky and bad. So I think if I wanted to try something like this again, I probably just wouldn't try something like this again. It's like in Modern, and this is actually a big reason like why Jace isn't very good in Modern. If you're paying 4 mana for a card, it should probably be ending the game, and this card just didn't do that, right? Like, we resolved like 5 paradoxical outcomes against black-white, then still ended up losing to the removal and sweepers, so that was like really clunky and awkward.